the Child Care and Protection Act. I think that this is an act that all Jamaicans should be familiar with, even if not all of it, but certain sections of it. If you are a parent or if you work with children, whether you're a teacher, daycare worker, or even if not, you might be able to observe the Child Care and Protection Act being violated, all right? And then you would want to make a report about it. I'm not an attorney at law, but I see value in reading this act and being familiar with what it says. So here goes. We have the arrangement of sections here. Scroll through this. So those are the sections. The Child Care and Protection Act, 26th of March 2004. Section 1, short title. This act may be cited as the Child Care and Protection Act. Section 2, interpretation. Subsection 1, in this act, adult means a person who has attained the age of 18 years. Adult Correctional Center has the meaning assigned to it by Section 2 of the Corrections Act. Child means a person under the age of 18 years. Children's Advocate means the Office of Children's Advocate constituted under Section 4. Children's Court means any children's court established in accordance with the provisions of this Act. Children's Home means any institution, dwelling house, or other place where 4 or more children are boarded and maintained other than by a parent or lawful guardian, either gratuitously or for reward. Children's Officer means a public officer designated by the minister to be a children's officer for the purpose of this act. Contribution Order means an order made by a court under Section 30 requiring any person to make contributions in respect of any child committed to the care of a fit person or to a juvenile correctional center. Correctional Order means an order made by a court sending a child to a juvenile correctional center. The council means the advisory council established under this act. The council, or fit person, means the minister and any person or body, whether corporate or unincorporated, designated by the minister. Okay. Whether corporate or unincorporated. So it could be a company incorporated because a company is a legal person, or it could be someone, biological, natural person, just like you and me. Fit person order means an order committing a child to the care of a fit person. Guardian, in relation to a child, includes any person who, in the opinion of the court, having cognizance of any case in relation to the child or in which the child is concerned, has for the time being the charge of or control over the child. So that's the guardian, having charge of or control over the child. and it has to be in the opinion of the court for you to be considered a guardian. Intoxicating liquor means any fermented, distilled, or spirituous liquor which cannot, save in certain specified circumstances, according to any enactment for the time being in force, be legally sold without a license. Juvenile Correctional Center has the meaning assigned to it by Section 2 of the Corrections Act. Juvenile Remand Center has the meaning assigned to it by Section 2 of the Corrections Act. Place of safety means any place appointed by the minister to be a place of safety for the purposes of this act. Probation and aftercare officer has the meaning assigned to it by Section 2 of the Corrections Act. Registry means the child registry established under Section 5. Subsection 2. Where there is a reference in this act to the best interest of a child, the factors to be taken into account in determining the child's best interest shall include. Alright, best interest of a child, what does it mean? A, the safety of a child. B, the child's physical and emotional needs and level of development. C, the importance of continuity in the child's care. D, the quality of the relationship that the child has with a parent or other person and the effect of maintaining that relationship. E, the child's religious and spiritual views. F, the child's level of education and educational requirements. G, whether the child is of sufficient age and maturity so as to be capable of forming his or her own views, and if so, those views are to be given due weight in accordance with the age and maturity of the child. H, the effect on the child of a delay in making a decision. So, all of those things are considered in the best interest of the child, the best interest of a child. Alright. Subsection 3. This act shall be interpreted and administered so that the best interest of the child is the paramount consideration, and in accordance with the following principles. Principles now. A. Children are entitled to be protected from abuse, neglect, or harm or threat of harm. B. A family is the preferred environment for the care and upbringing of children, and the responsibility for the protection of children rests primarily with the parents. C. If, with available support services, a family can provide a safe and nurturing environment for a child, support services should be provided. D. Where the child is of sufficient age and maturity so as to be capable of forming his or her own views, those views should be taken into account when decisions relating to the child are made. Sufficient age and maturity, I guess that's subjective, they don't put a specific number to it. But anyway, E. Kinship ties and the child's attachment to the extended family should be preserved if possible. F. Decisions relating to children should be made and implemented in a timely manner. Subsection 4. For the purposes of this part, A. Any person who is the parent or legal guardian of a child, or who is legally liable to maintain the child, shall be presumed to have the custody of the child, and as between father and mother, neither shall be deemed to have ceased to have such custody by reason only that the father or mother has deserted or otherwise does not reside with the other parent and the child. Okay, so just because a parent does not live with the child or say they don't want anything to do with the child again does not mean that the court, or does not mean that that really is so. Because as they say, any person who is a parent or a legal guardian of a child who is legally liable to maintain the child must do so. They shall be presumed to have custody of the child. Alright? So, you don't live with the child or the other parent, you still are presumed to have custody of the child. So you're responsible. B. Any person to whose charge a child is committed by any other person who has the custody of the child shall be presumed to have charge of that child. Now, these are my own interpretation. So this seems to be saying if you leave the child with someone else, then that other person is presumed in law to have charge of that child. C. Any other person having actual possession or control of a child shall be presumed to have the care of the child. So that was section 1 and 2. And we look at section 3. Let's read section 3. Objects of acts. The objects of this act are A. To promote the best interest, safety and well-being of children. To recognize that one. B. To recognize that one, while parents often need help in caring for children, help should give support to the autonomy and integrity of the family unit, and wherever possible, be provided on the basis of mutual consent. So while parents often need help, okay, whatever help is given should be to the autonomy and integrity of the family unit. I guess this might be saying that you don't just give somebody money and they go and spend it any way they want. They must take care of the child. They must use the money that's given to them to take care of the child. Anyway, 2. The least restrictive or disruptive course of action that is available and appropriate in a particular case to help a child should be followed. Least restrictive or disruptive. Okay. C. To recognize that child services should be provided in a manner that 1. Respects the child's needs for continuity of care and for stable family relationships, and 2. Takes into account physical and mental differences among children in their development. D. To recognize the special needs of children in conflict with the law. We'll go on to section 4 in another video.